Hello, dear children. I welcome you in your section where we have to start the story The Lost Child, where we left in the previous one. We had seen that earlier the child wanted to get everything. He wanted to have each and everything, whatever his parents were denying. Wherever he was going, he was asking only for things. Sometime balloons, sometime roundabout swings, sometimes snake charmers, and so on, burfis also. But now let's see when he was separated from his parents and one of the men from the fair was asking him to take all those things. Now, what used to be his reaction? As the man got the child out of the crowd, he asked him how he had reached there and what were his parents' name. The boy cried even more and repeated that he wanted to go to his parents. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat torn into 1,000 shrill sobs, and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. Soothe meaning relax, comfort. The man tried to relax the child by taking him to the roundabout swing. He offered him a ride, but the child screamed and wept loudly that he wanted his parents. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double pitched strain. I want my mother, I want my father. The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persuasively asked. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. Pleaded meaning requested, double pitched strain meaning uses of a lot of force. The man started walking back on the same route which the child had taken. So he took the child to the snake charmer. He asked him to listen to the nice music being played by the snake charmer. The child shut his ears with his fingers and screamed loudly that he wanted his parents. The man took the child to the bright colored balloons, hoping that he might get cheered by seeing them. He offered a balloon to the child, but he turned away and wept for father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put round your neck? Bore meaning carried. The man tried to make the child happy and took him to the flower seller. He asked him to smell the fragrance of the flowers. But the man tried to make the child happy and took him to the flower seller. He asked him to smell the fragrance of the flowers and offered him a garland. The child turned his nose away from the basket and retreated his sob. I want my mother, I want my father. Retreated meaning repeated. The child refused to smell the flowers that he wanted to buy earlier because now his priority was to get his parents. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed. I want my mother, I want my father. Desolate meaning very unhappy and unable to be comforted. Charge meaning a person or thing entrusted to the care of someone. Finally, the man took him to the sweet meat seller and finally he ordered to buy sweets for him. Still, the child did not want his favorite sweets but wanted his parents. So, dear children, this story shows emotional outburst of a child. Earlier, the same child wanted each and everything which was available on the fair, but now this child's attention was focused only on his parents. It shows that the children feel like getting everything, but the biggest thing for them are their parents. Thank you, dear children.